All right. Let's see. All right, so that's that. Oh man, my knee hurts this morning. Uh, just gotta set up a stream title here. Just gotta set up a stream title here. Okay, nope. All right, that's that. I'll move this on this side. Nope. All right. Man, I gotta clean up my desk. There's too much crap in here. All right, so where were we? So, yeah, need to finish up a couple of details on the car first before I continue with the bridge. We'll just hide the bridge for a sec. Um, Ferrari. Wait for a handle. There it is. So it kind of, there's a little bit of an indent in, but I think I'll just make this shape and don't even bother touching the actual door panel. I just don't want to ruin the whole mesh for something that won't be even visible. So you can see it right here. That's a really weird handle though. It's kind of bizarre how they did it. I'll use this image. Okay. I'll just make it for a plane. Come on. Okay. It should be fairly simple to do. Okay. So I decided try something new with my stream and not actually play any music. I don't know how that's gonna work out. It's kind of weird for myself to actually not hear any music. I mean, I could set it up so actually I can only hear it. Um, just try something different for the stream itself. So yeah, I won't be playing any music in my stream today. It's really tough to get basically a good playlist, that constantly is fresh of songs, like new songs and stuff. Just a lot of work. So I thought maybe I try just not to bother playing it. I mean, you guys can always play something in the background if you really want to while watching my stream. Anyways, turbo smooth this. A really, really bizarre shape of a handle for the door. It's kind of just really bizarre looking. I really don't know what to think of it, but yeah. Hmm. So probably not put it right next to the door so I can see how I should modify these things. It's kind of weird. I got too many edges here. Hmm. There we go. Alright. Let's just put it on the door. An 80. Supposed to go right here somewhere. Such a weird shape, man. I gotta pull up a picture just to kind of see a little bit better. Scenes. No, it's not the best. You know what? I'm just gonna play music, but nice and quiet in the background. All right. Okay. This needs to be pulled in a little bit. Okay, something like that. I'm not even gonna bother modeling the inside, I think. I just leave it like this. I don't think there's a point to model the side that I don't even see in the renders. You know what I'm saying, man? Alright. I think it's pretty good. Maybe a little bit bigger, I think. Yeah, it should be slightly bigger. Yeah, that's about right size. Okay, I guess we could do one side. There's some on this. I'm not gonna even bother going any further, just to soften up those edges there. Okay, let's where is that material? I don't even know which one is which anymore. I made so many materials for this car paint. I don't know which one is which. I should like clean them up. Okay. A wall symmetry, this guy. Right. That's the door handle. Now just a couple details. This fender. I need to map out the Ferrari logo on here. Let's see how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have to come up with a map in Photoshop. Oh shit, we need that Ferrari logo. Oh, that's not gonna work. Can't make it smaller. Come on. Why is it so dark here? And as well just keep it like this. There. There, oops. Ferrari logo. There it is. Sweet, it's PNG as well. I like it. Where is it? What does it say then here? It's bizarre. Oh, it's on the textures. Wrong folder. What? Put this 2000 on this 1400 21. Alright. I just gotta figure out what the color I used on diffuse map here. $168 1717. Alright, let's try that. Nope. Oh, this is gonna be a bitch. End screen. Alright, so new layer. This is gonna be base color. I know it doesn't look like actual red, but side logo. Select tree. Textures. Let's see if I can do this now. Try to select only these. And then apply this material to it. Doesn't seem to want me to do it. Okay, let's see. Rotate this guy. And then mirror it. Sweet. Actually works pretty good. To move it more. Surprisingly, it works pretty good. Show maps and material. Hey Raptor, what's happening, man? Sorry I missed your message. Alright, so that's that. Now he's gotta do the other side as well. Should have done both of these at the same time. Oh shit, hold on. I ruined it. I should hide the bridge. Hold on. In the way. Puddin was showing me some flakes in his. Okay. The only thing is now, I hope the colors match, otherwise I'm gonna be pissed. Like the color of the map and the actual color of the rest of the paint. This is too hard. This is not good. I have to move it down more. Use fit bitman to get the ratio right. Oh. It's okay. I can just do it like this. It's not a huge issue. Oops. Oh, it's too big. Bit to bitmap in the UV thing. You mean bitmap fit? But then I have to choose the map. Okay. Alright. Doesn't make a huge difference, but yes, it doesn't get stretched, I understand. See, it doesn't work this way. Dang it, dude. Yeah, I just did it for this side and it didn't work properly. Anyways, it's fine. I can just, like I said, it's not a huge deal. I can just do it this way. Like, I don't really care if it's, not fitting exactly the way it should be. It's not a huge deal. Like, I'm not gonna lose sleep over if this map doesn't fit like exactly the way it should be. So just now you have to just make sure that this actually shows up the same color, because it looks like it won't, which is a pain in the ass. Alright, let's try it. Yeah, the rotator also might place it badly in the first time. Again, nobody's gonna notice how it's gonna be placed there. It's hardly noticeable, so like I said, I don't think it's gonna matter too much. It's not a huge deal. It's a minor thing. The placement doesn't have to be perfect. But anyways, thanks for the help. It seems like it's rendering okay. Let's try this one. It's too dark on this side. There, that's perfect. I can see on this side. It turns out to be okay. I like it. I just want to make sure that the shades of the red is gonna be good. Alright. That's good. Just trying to add all the little details before I do a final render. I wanna make sure I don't miss anything. Oh, there's a logo at the front now. Yay. So we'll close this guy. Control A, Control C. Oh, it's quite small. That's fine. That's weird. Alright, so we'll say that as texture, rim logo, side logo, front logo. Alright, so this guy goes right there. Select tree. Man, my freaking knee's killing me. I have no idea why. I must have slept really bad. Like awkwardly or something. Maybe my girlfriend kicked me in the sleep. Those are just stickers, no emblems. This one is actually an emblem, but I'm gonna use it as a sticker. You can see it actually has thickness to it, but I honestly don't care. I'm just gonna on the side there's sticker, On the side of the car it's a sticker, but on the front it's an actual emblem. But I really don't care much about I don't need to do it, like a thickness of it. It's no big deal. Like I said, it's hardly gonna be noticeable anyways. But yeah, the side one that I just did is actually a sticker, I think. Pretty sure. Too small. You were cheating with other girlfriend. Yeah. It's exactly what it is. With other fake girlfriend. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, and then now here there should be a bit of bump map. Can try actually doing that. Let's try to make one. We'll close this guy. $1920, 1080. Let's do the 1080p resolution. Selection, filter, modify, smooth edges. Let's try 20 pixels. Nope, needs more. $100 pixels. Nope. More. $200. Yeah, it's not good. Why does this look so weird though? That's the thing. Select, modify. I should just do this in AutoCAD, honestly. It's so much easier. Try to use a pen tool. Pen tool for the win. Oops. Wow, that's way off. How the hell do you control this guy? Damn it. I honestly hate drawing in Photoshop. It's crazy, it's terrible. Selection. Oh yeah, we can use this. No big deal. Yes, it's a little crooked, but bump, bumper, bump. Select tree. Now I wonder where I should put it. Put a bump map on here or the other one? Has to be on both, I think. I wonder if it actually is gonna show up now. Nope. show up. Damn you. Hey, Mewington. What's happening, man? Oops. Okay, there it is. There it is. So hopefully this bump map is gonna show. Okay. Hopefully. You know, without any stretching or anything. I think I'm almost done with my project. I did material overhaul from. Nice. Yeah, I saw. I saw the images there. It's definitely. It looks really neat. It's gotten better over. As you progressed on it. It's definitely gotten better. Now, of course, this now gets stretched. Open subdivs. Freaking thing, man. I hate when this happens. But that's good to hear. I felt like I was just going back and forth between settings and not getting anywhere. Yeah, it's definitely better. Like, you know, with those things, you can never. When it comes to adjustments, you can play with that stuff forever, man. It's something that you can keep working on for a long time. And never, you know, be still 100% happy with it. So yeah, I mean, as long as it's getting better as you're doing things to it, that's what matters, I think, at the end of the day. You don't want to go backwards with the actual, you know, render or whatever you're trying to achieve. I'm gonna try to map this out with turbo smooth on. I hate when this happens. Usually it stretches the map. Keep going in circles. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. You don't want to do that, that's for sure. Wait, this is the bumper. Hmm. Just keep stacking them on. See, like the one thing I learned also watching other streams in 3D Max, you can keep on stacking new things on top of, you know, each time you add a new stack, like edit poly or edit, or even CUV map or something like that, you can just keep on adding them without collapsing anything, and just keep on modifying your mesh further. The only thing is when you're done, I mean, you could collapse everything together, but you don't really have to. You can just keep it that way. I never knew you can actually keep on adding more stacks, which is kind of awesome. I never knew you can do that without affecting everything else, right? So like right now I kept that there, and I just added a new stack to modify this. So it's kind of cool that you can actually do that. Oops. Oh, maybe I can't. Looks like I can do it. I also have a strange glitch in Moto where I want to export as JPEG. That could be gamma settings in your export image or something like that. Could be a gamma settings. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking gamma settings. That's like first thing that comes to mind. What did I do here? Right, upping the gamma and Modo built the processing. Yeah, I remember the time when that sort of same thing used to happen in 3ds Max. Because there was the gamma in 3ds Max used to be 1.0, which was not the correct gamma, and it's still kind of, you can get in trouble with doing that stuff. But in the last couple of well, probably 5 years now, somebody at one point said that gamma should be in max at 2.2 to have a correct colors and stuff, and then everyone used that same method. You know, they kept changing the 3D Max. Every time you go in it, you change the default right away to 2.2, and everything was kind of working correctly. And then I think like 5 years ago or something, in 3D Max versions, Autodesk decided, okay, we're gonna just put the whole program to default 2.2, and they just kept it that way because they realized that that's the way it should be. And so now if you go into loot settings, I think here somewhere, I think it's under preferences. Yeah, gamma and loot. See, it's 2.2. This used to be 1.0 in max by default. And then somebody, like I said, the artist over time realized that it should be 2.2, and then eventually Autodesk just changed that by default to 2.2 to be more correct. And the issue was basically, like you said, that the images were too dark coming from, like what you see on a monitor. What comes out, there was like a huge difference between like what actually looks real and what doesn't look real. So now it's always 2.2. But the range of colors is actually realistic. So I'll be streaming iRacing tomorrow. I'm going back to iRacing. I might do more iRacing than 3D in the summer. It's just somehow 3D doesn't seem to be as popular in my time slot. So I'll probably do 3D Mondays and you know, maybe on the weekend I'll squeeze another one. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, we'll see. And then I'll do iRacing the rest of the week. Trying to kind of come up with a nicer schedule that, you know, brings more viewers and stuff like that. We'll see. Always try to change up the stream schedule. Lasting with new ideas. Alright, let's see if this actually looks any good. I'm gonna see if the bump map actually shows up. Oh, it does. That's awesome. Okay, let's do this. Most realistic home racing simulator in the world, the Real GT. Oh man, that's freaking awesome. Wow. That is brilliant. I'm just gonna pause the music. Wow. Yeah, it's I knew it was gonna be projector. I've seen setups like this. Projector screen that curves all the way around you. Oh, it's motion as well. Wow. Freaking nuts. Man, that looks so sick. But honestly, something like this, with the proper VR headset beats this any time of the day. Like once they figure out, once the VR headsets get better and the FOV and VR headsets becomes a lot better, it's just gonna be like so much nicer. Like, because you get the exact same and even better immersion with less crap around you. So all you need basically then is just a small, just a rig that the motion rig basically. The VR headset is just like, it's mind-blowing how good it is, like the immersion wise. But it's just not there. The FOV is not as big still, so you can look into your peripheral vision. You get basically, when you look to the sides, you see black spots, and the resolution is not good yet. But it's just a matter of time. With like next version is probably gonna be like a lot better. And it's just more practical because the headset is like so much smaller. How come this one's not showing up? Damn it, dude. Oculus is already releasing a wireless headset for 200. Yeah. It's just, yeah, like I said, everything has to get a little bit better on the headset. Like they need to improve it even more, even further. But it will get there with future versions for sure. Okay, let's try region. I don't see the bump showing on oh, it's right there. It's just not really visible. Let's just wait a little bit. I think it's there. Oh man, it's going across the entire body, I think. Or is that the bridge? No, that's just the bridge. I don't see it. Maybe it's because of the noise. I just can't see it. That's the bridge reflection on the bumper. You don't need a phone or anything. Okay, Korean movies, maybe archive stuff. Yeah, it's we'll see. Like I said, the biggest thing for Oculus and most of VR headsets is the price first. I mean, that's the huge factor. It's the price, and then the quality of the headset itself as well. So once those two things get figured out, oh, it's right there, it's starting to appear. Yeah, those two things, once they get figured out, those two details, it's gonna be fine. The quality of the headset still needs to be better, and the price needs to drop, like by quite a margin. I almost feel like I should use Oh, there you go, that's a lot better. I just increased the bump map a little bit so it's kind of like visible more. But I didn't want to use the displacement map for this. I think it would have been an overkill. It's sort of showing up. Maybe I should increase the bump map even further. Yeah, maybe crank it to like 3 or something. It's definitely there now. Let's try 3. Oops. I just don't want to overdo it, that's the only thing. There you go. Now it's definitely visible. Sweet. Okay, what else is there to do really? There's a mirror on the inside we have to do. Let's look at the images while this renders. So it's the mirror at the... Oh yeah, I need wipers as well. Damn it, man, there's too many things to build. Wipers. Like this mirror right here. Yeah, it's well, it's Corona, that's why I've been using Corona for a while now. I'm getting used to it. Basically this is the first, and after post-processing it's gonna look a lot nicer. Basically that's what it looks like after post-processing. You know, that's the initial render and this is after Photoshop. But now, like I said, I'm just trying to model as many details as possible, like just so I don't miss anything. Like I need a mirror here on the inside and then wipers. And I don't know, there's another thing that, and then I was gonna do the bridge, yeah, like a little more things in behind here on the bridge, so it doesn't look unfinished. I mean, this is probably okay, but I want to do like a sidewalk on the side with the fence. But photoshopping is like post-processing of your render is something that you need to learn, because that would save you so much time. Because what you can do is play with the render, like constantly spend hours on playing on the render and still not achieve the great look of the way it should should look basically. And then you just bring it in Photoshop, follow like couple steps, couple adjustments. Takes like honestly 5 minutes if you know exactly what you need to adjust. And your render goes from like looking okay or good to like really way better than original, just by a couple of little things, touch-ups. And some guys have gotten so much better at post-processing in Photoshop that like they can go from like the ugliest looking render to like just amazing looking render in no time. You can find a lot of stuff about post-processing on YouTube. There's a ton of things on there. Okay, I need to find the windshield. Feels kind of like cheating, but it's what everyone does. Oh, trust me, man. If I felt the exact same way, and there's some people still 3D artists that have a strong feeling about post-processing. Like Dopeness Monster, he still kind of feels the same way like you do about that stuff. Like he thinks it's kind of like cheating, or it's not. I wouldn't say cheating. He thinks then the way he thinks is like he thinks like, well, what's the point of rendering in the first place? But like I've learned over the years, if you don't do any post-processing, your renders will never ever look as good as like what the professionals do, because that's what they all do. All the like the best looking like professional like artists that the renders, they all do that, but they will never probably admit it that they actually do post-processing. A lot of them don't, like they'll just say, oh, this comes straight out of 3ds Max, and that's bullshit, like complete other bullshit. So they do like a ton of post-processing on their renders. I need to modify my windshield. So yeah, don't believe what some artists would tell you about their work. It's not always the truth. I need to add this matrix on the middle of this it's where the mirror is gonna go, so retransform. But you saw, I mean, what I did to your render there, like when you showed me a render and I was at work and I have Photoshop there. And all I did is like couple of little adjustments of your original render in Photoshop, and it just changes the whole thing. It's like so much just by, you know, just adjusting few sliders here and there. And that honestly took me less than like 5 minutes, where if you try to like achieve the same look by playing with the 3D settings in your actual program, sometimes it can take you like an hour. And you know, a lot of times it's all about well, I mean, when you work for somebody, especially like doing freelance for rendering, it's all time. Everything is time, and time is money. So if you spend way too much time dicking around with the settings to get your render looking right and you still cannot get it right, you know, post-processing, man, look into that shit, trust me. You will not be disappointed if you don't. How do I flip this inverse? Okay. I think that should be okay. Let's just save it. No, I can get it to look like that directly out of Moto. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's photoshopping is it's magic. Here, I can show you basically how easy it is here. I can give you a little step. I'll save this. This is straight out of 3D Max. So I can just show you how easy it is to actually make your render just pop with a couple of sliders. Test. Here, I'll open it up now. Here's a quick tutorial of some of the stuff that I usually do. Alright, let's slide this open. Put this at 100. Alright, so this is not obviously the highest quality render, so I rendered it only really small, but just to show you what, so first thing you go under, I always forget all of these, so shadow and highlights. Right off the bat you can bring these things up, you know, because the problem is with a lot of renders, the shadows are way too dark, especially when you use like sun and stuff. So right there, and there's a preview. See, this is original, this is after the adjustment. That's like the first thing. So you do that, and then you can do a little bit of curves, add more contrast to it if you want. You don't need to, because now I'm basically bringing it over. I already did these curves in my render. In my render there's this setting so you can actually add curves, but if your render it's really flat looking, this is how you could actually add more contrast to it, just playing with the curves. But I probably won't do that because I already did that in my render, and it's kind of like going backwards. And then color balance, this is like really crucial depending on how you want your render, cool or warm. So if you want it warm, you slide top slider to the right, so you add more reds and more yellows, and then same in the highlights. This is original, this is after you add some adjustments. And you can go the other way, you can actually cool it down, so basically it's the opposite way. So you make the render even cooler. So this is original, and this is now after you add like more bluish tints to it. And that's all it takes, you know, like, because you can in the render, like in the 3D software, doing these sort of things, adjustments can take like hours just to kind of figure out, you know, you add more sky intensity, or more sun intensity, or change the color of the sky, or like, you know, just changing these different parameters, and you re-render every single time to see what's happening. Instead, you just bring it into Photoshop, and it takes like, you know, 2 sliders to actually adjust it. And then, you know, like the whole motion blur thing I just added because of you know, you can just cut around the car and just add motion blur to the whole thing. I'm just gonna do it roughly just to kind of show you, but Obviously this is not precise. I would do it more precise for the final. And then you go filter, blur, and then motion blur here. Oops. You have to go selection inverse, so it selects everything around the car. And then you can just pick the angle of the motion blur and then the amount. And you just go OK. Just select, and there you go. So, and then you can just do like bring some sharpness back in. There's a couple of things you can do as well. I learned this recently. It's to make your reflections pop even more. You can go filter and then other, and then hold on. You have to first copy this. Copy this. Go Control J, and then you go for filter other, and then high pass, and keep this at like 7, 8 or something pixels. And then you take this, and then this is on a separate layer, and then what you do is make sure that this is you want go under saturation. To see how there's like colors, you don't want the colors, so you want a black and white. So just drop the saturation all the way down, and then just use the soft light drop down, like to combine the two layers together. Use the soft light. And now, like, if I just hide this one, you can see how it brought the reflections even more. Like, it makes everything more pop. So that's another trick that I learned recently just by looking at tutorials for post-processing. And then if it's too much of it, you can just lower the opacity or whatever, you know. So you can always change. If you don't like, you know, there's too much of it, you can lower it. So would you use that to fake depth of field too? You can do depth of field with just with the camera. That's a pretty easy setting in the camera. Yeah, I would just probably use it in the camera, like inside 3ds Max. But yeah, basically that was that. You know, it took me what 5-10 minutes maybe to adjust that. It makes it make it look like 10 times better. Okay, let's see the windshield here. But you know, you don't have to do a lot of post-processing. Like if your render from the start looks already decent, you know, like the more work you do, the more work. I'm not saying like you should still stick with like shitty looking renders. Don't get me wrong. The nicer the render looks out of 3ds Max, the less work you're gonna have to do later on in Photoshop and for post-processing. So you want to make sure that you actually try to get as realistic as possible render from 3D, right? And then obviously over time you'll get better at like doing your renders inside a 3D program. You know, as you work, you learn new tricks, how to make something look nicer and things like that. So it's just gonna come over time. But if you're still stuck at your renders looking not as great as they should, post-processing is a great way to just make them a lot better quickly, you know. And like I said, don't worry what other people say. If they say that's cheating, blah blah blah, man, like who cares? If your final product looks amazing, that's all that matters at the end of the day. How you got there, that's not a problem. like I said, I've spent like so many hours on trying to figure out how to make my renders looks a lot nicer straight out of the program, until I figured out eventually that I think I watched one of the tutorials of one of the artists, and he said, yeah, all professionals use post-processing. Nobody uses like just the render straight out of the program. But like I said, some of them would hide that fact. So now I'm just gonna build this mirror. Just kind of roughly build it. Extrude. Oops. And probably even delete this side, because it won't be visible through the windshield. I need to find a dash. I think this is it. Dun, dun, dun. All right. I think I should move these a little bit inwards. Okay. And now just the mirror itself. Box it out. Gonna leave it hanging here. From that angle again, it's not that visible. If I do interior renders, I'll probably spend more time on modeling it properly. Let's hide the bridge again. Whoops. This might be a little... I'll just scale them inwards. Good enough. Might be a little small. I mean, just making a box for the mirror isn't cheating. Post-processing definitely should be right. Yeah. You can hardly see that mirror anyways inside, but you know, it will show up in the render. So now I should look for person's head on to put in as a driver. SketchUp. What's that website? SketchUp models. Warehouse there. Person. Let's try. I don't feel like modeling my own head, to be honest. Person's head model. 3D model. There, we can use Matt Damon. Matt Damon. Oh, Vin Diesel. That's hilarious. These are so creepy, man. Look at them. Human 3D head for free. You could just try 3D bust base mesh. What the hell is bust base mesh? Oh, the one that's... I'll find a free one, you just have to look for it. There you go. $100. What? They're free. Lowest prices. Yeah, there's some free ones. Is that Arnold? I want one that's textured as well. I don't have to like texture someone's head. That one's free. Looks kind of shitty though. Oh, is that like another website? Bust base mesh. That's Wayne Johnson. That's funny. I can use this one. This one's actually not too bad. Yeah, I'll use this one. Download. Oh man, I have to be a member. I think I have a membership here. I haven't used it in a long time. Damn it. Terms I thought. Just one sec, I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. Where were we? Head. I should check if I have Turbo Squid account. I probably have. Free 3D. I probably need a login as well to this one. Let me see if I can actually log into Turbo Squid. If I remember my old login. Nope. No dice. Cutouts, I thought or something. Yeah, I could use a cutout, but it's not gonna look as nearly as nice. I wonder if 3D Max has a human body, like default. Cancel. Hold on one sec. It's good actually. Let me just check, yeah, if maybe 3D Max has a default human body or something. That's textured. Sometimes they have those free models in their library. Oh my god, man, my kneecap is just so much pain. Shit, they're not AutoCAD. Okay, yeah, see like these here. Seaman. Maybe this head. Nope. Camper. See, there's a couple of these models that comes with 3D Max by default. Let's try open this one. Yeah, that can actually work. Is that a rig? Okay, I can probably import this, but the person is not rigged, I don't think. It doesn't look like it's rigged. Yeah, it would be nice if it was rigged so I can actually move things around. What about the other one? Bipped object. Oh, it is rigged. Sweet. Love it. Alright, so we'll import this guy into my model. Alright, that guy is rigged, so it's good. Import or merge. Should do merge. No, I don't know where he went. Did I even merge him? I don't think I merged. Where did he go? No, I don't think I merged anything. Close AutoCAD. Oh, there he is. He's right scale too. That's hilarious. Now you gotta just put him in the car. So we'll move him to the side and hide the rest. Thank God my car was actually modeled to size. Oops. Guy needs to sit down. This is so funny. Yeah, I think he's a little big for this car. Seems like it. He's like a gigantic. Yeah, he's a little too big. Oops. Why can't I scale him down? Torso. Let's group him first. So you can actually scale this guy. Why is it not scaling down? What is happening? Damn it. Can't scale him down. It's because of the rig, probably. You know what you can use? What's that? Actually, Adobe Fuse now. Look at Mixima Fuse. Alright, let's try what that is. Mixima Fuse. Oh. That's funny. Oops. But what are these actually models that you can download? I guess. I would have to probably add to my assets. It's basically a person general like games, but there you go. So, oh, okay. No, but I'm just wondering if you can actually export the models and stuff. I should be able to use this model, I just don't know how to like scale them down. It's driving me insane. I'm gonna have to figure it out. know what the differences between the two are. See, like I can't scale them. It's annoying. Yeah, the other one is way better than this model. And you can export them as OBG and FBX. Oh, okay. That's cool. Interesting. Yeah, I'll look for it on my Steam. What's it called again? Fuse. Use. Alright. I'll install it. See what it does. But I'm just kind of wondering why this one doesn't work. That's why I'm just kind of annoyed. Mirror. Yeah, he's definitely too big. I wonder why they made him so big, cause maybe my car is too... Yeah, it's bizarre that he doesn't fit. He should fit because he's to scale. Yeah, he's like... Oh, he should be to scale. Unless my car is not to scale. I'm pretty sure I scaled my car properly. For some reason I just couldn't fit him. As soon as you scale the rig, it breaks, so you might position it first. Yeah. No, but the only that's kind of bizarre is, like, I scaled my car is scaled properly, and this guy seems to be still way too big, even though his height is like properly sized. That's what's kind of bizarre. But I'll try to fit him in the car. He's like sitting on the floor. Head doesn't move. What about torso? Really? I can't move his head or shoulders? Come on. Rotate. It's so funny. And rotate it. Yeah. Good. This is not even visible anyway, so it's more the hands that I'm worried about. I'll have to play with this, but I think his proper size is just he has to be positioned properly in the car. You know, I'm putting him on, doing him on the sides because I can actually see what's happening. His hands are so wide. The seat needs to go back. Getting somewhere. Yeah, put those. It's so funny. It looks so stiff. Yeah, like where's the relaxed motion, relaxed position? I mean, you're sitting in a Ferrari, dude. You gotta look cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to end the stream soon, guys. But this is good. I'm getting pretty close to finishing off this car, or at least this render. I want to have like one really good render for this car at least. Done. I wonder if I can squeeze his fingers as well. No, damn it. I can't. Anyways, I'll play with that later. But I think we're good in here. Sweet. Unhide it all. Let's see what it looks like. Oh man, I gotta get going. Error message. What? Okay, he's in there. Alright. Let's close this. Anyways, guys, I gotta get to work. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow as usual. I'll probably do some iRacing. And then, yeah, I hope all of you have a wonderful Monday and a good start to the week. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Take care, everybody.